Hey everybody, welcome to THS Wrestling. I am Neesin, and today we are joined with, well, you've seen him on from AEW to MLW to CZW, and now you can watch him on the incredible Tuesday nights of Impact. We all know what Impact's been doing lately, and they've been hitting it out the park, and he is one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome and give your at-home round of applause to Ace Romero.
Thank you for having me. What's up, everybody?
Hey, what's up, man? I love that energy that you just came with. That's a beautiful thing, man.
It's that quarantine life.
That's that core. Yeah, you get it through the computers now. Like that's how you got to get it. I like to start all my interviews with the same question. It is, what inspired you this morning?
What inspired me this morning?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what inspired me this morning was I had a great attitude that I had to get my workout done. Usually I'm dragging, so just the inspiration of wanting to work out that hit me first thing in the morning.
Wow, what workout did we do today to have you inspired? Because that's a different thing. Like waking up, like, yeah, I'm about to go get this workout. I'm about to eat these weights quick. eat these miles up.
Yeah, today was an arms day, and then I sweated it out doing the Stairmasters, my favorite. And then now I feel good. I wanted to feel nice and energized for these interviews today.
Nice, man. Well, definitely appreciate you having you on this morning. And before we get into just your amazing journey, which if you don't know, you guys will definitely know about. I want to ask you also, when did you fall in love with professional wrestling?
Oh man, ever since I was a child, I can't really remember like the first match I've seen that kind of did it for me, but just professional wrestling as a whole, it's something that always intrigued me. And then as I got older, when my friends weren't liking wrestling so much and falling out of love with it, I just loved it even more. And kind of things started snowballing, and then the rest, as they say, is history.
And then what led you to not only getting inside the ring from this love, but eventually signing, we can talk about working up, but eventually signing the 3-year contract with Impact Wrestling after defeating your now tag team partner, Larry D?
Oh man, it was just one of those things that like constantly working and just getting very lucky to be in the right place at the right time. There's a lot of great wrestlers out there that, deserve their break or never got their break or still working to get their break. I contribute to, for myself, working hard, and a little bit of luck too, and just kind of meeting the right people along the road and creating relationships with people and getting seen by the right people, and just being lucky enough to be wrestling Larry D in my the night before Bound for Glory and getting offered a contract. It was very special. Can't really put that night into words because it was one of those things that kind of never, I was hoped that it would happen, but you never know. You know what I mean? I was 29 at the time, and I had always given myself, when I was 20, not knowing anything about wrestling, I said that if this doesn't work out by 30, you got to start rethinking what you're going to do with your life. And luckily enough, things aligned perfectly that night.
Now, we hear that in a lot of wrestler stories that, I'm putting this time limit on it. If it doesn't work out by 25, 30, 35, then I'm giving up. What is it about that? Like, what do you think is about that time limit? Do you think it's just the universe that just like, well, little does he know, or did you ratchet it up and everything come together at the right moment and right time?
I think it's partly because professional wrestling is hard. It's a very hard and long road, and sometimes when things are low and you feel down, it's something that feels a little, unachievable at times. And like, it's just one of those things where it's like you want to become a professional wrestler, and you want to be able to tell people you're going to be a professional wrestler, and it's hard to like maybe think that you'll never not quite get there the way you wanted to get there. And I think that's just like, it's one of those things where it's just a hard thing to achieve, and if you're lucky enough to get a taste of it, I would say you're pretty lucky in that sense at all.
Man, I think that could be transferred into any other sport or any other business, though, that advice and just that words that you give and a part of your journey. And before we get to that actual discipline that I just heard of, like sticking to it and staying there, I want to ask you, what tribe, like who was in your tribe that held you down during that time?
Oh man, I've had a lot of good friends that helped me along the way. I got one of my good buddies, his name is Anthony Green. He just got signed to NXT. And he was kind of like my number one, like ride or die, like in the trenches at some points. Like, remember spending many nights on the phone, just like, man, how are we gonna do this? This is like so hard. Not that we're afraid of hard work. It's just like, are we ever gonna get there? You know what I mean? It's like you try. It's like putting coal into an oven. It's like just keep going down no matter how hard you shovel. So
Right.
He was definitely someone that helped me. I'm glad that I'm so happy for all his success, and I can't see what he's gonna do in the future. But Anthony Green, he's definitely my number one, and my family, of course, and a lot of good acquaintances I've met along the way. Yeah.
Now, one example that shows your hyper focus and your discipline and your willingness to stick with it is the fact of this amazing story that was written up everywhere, including SIs, that you lost 100 pounds in 3 months. And not only 100 pounds in 3 months, but it was during quarantine, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
while people like me are gaining weight during quarantine because of stress and not being able to go, you're losing 100 pounds and killing it. Please tell us just the journey of that. Walk us through that.
Well, I definitely gained some weight during quarantine, that's for sure. I didn't start until May of this year. May 1st was my birthday. I just turned 30, and I was like, all right, enough's enough. Like, you're not necessarily a child anymore. You're not a young kid anymore. I remember when I was 23 years old and people were like, oh, you're just a baby. Now the next, before I realized it, I'm 30 years old.
Right.
And my health was, not that I had any crazy health problems at the time, but I'm sure they weren't far down the road. And it was just kind of coming to the realization, like, denial is a very hard thing to accept. You gotta, when you realize that, like, yeah, maybe you are getting pretty heavy, and maybe you are, maybe your clothes aren't fitting like they used to, and you have to go up bigger sizes, and maybe it is a little harder to breathe in the ring, and maybe you're not feeling like you used to feel. That's a realization. Denial is very hard for a lot of people in any kind of thing, whether it's drugs or what have you. But I think that's like the first step, admitting, like, okay, listen, I'm overweight. If I don't do something, I'm gonna die. Type of thing. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of like, you got to look in the mirror type of thing.
And then, so that was because I was trying to get to, like, so you're just like, all right, this is it. I'm cutting off, because I know you said you did intermittent fasting. So it's just I'm starting this regimen. Like, how did the actual, like, process of starting go?
Yeah, sorry. So after, it's first a mental game, and then second, it's like, okay, how do I lose weight? I've lost weight many times in the past, and wasn't able to keep it off. And I get this message more than anything almost every day. How do I lose weight? How do you do it? How do I need to lose 100 plus pounds? How do you do it? And the thing that's hard to say to people, and it's hard to accept, and it was hard for myself to accept, is that we've always known how to lose weight. There's no magic pill. It's always been out there. Eat right, and eat less, and exercise. just eat healthy and exercise. That's the only way. And I count my calories. I just keep my calories at a certain level every day, and I want to count them to make sure I don't go over. And I just kind of monitor it as they go. Like, I didn't weigh myself until I thought I lost 100 pounds, and it happened to be right around the time I did the thing with Sports Illustrated. And that's just kind of, I just was like, I'm just going to hammer it out for as long as I can and then weigh myself. And then that's what I'm doing now. I haven't checked the scale, so I'm not sure what I'm at now. But as long as I know if I'm going to the gym and eating right, I'll be fine.
I think that's an important part, and also an amazing credit to you that you're not living on the scale, right? I think a lot of people start there for the scale and live on it, and then they kind of get discouraged when they just see one fall off, or falling 5 pounds in a week, something like that. And so that's just that's also inspiring. You're just talking to you right now, that, and the energy you're coming with is very inspiring and something to look for. What made you not live for the scale and also keep working through it without like worrying about how much you're losing?
Well, the thing is, I've been there before. I've been on the lose weight, gain weight train many times in my life, more times than I can count. You know what I mean? It's like, and let's just try it this way. I know if I'm eating right and I'm eating vegetables and things that I didn't really put in my diet for a long time, and I get myself to the gym, as long as I do something every day. And people think you got to go out there and run a marathon. It's not. People will be surprised that the first like 3 or 4 days, once you get over that hump, like, you feel amazing. Like, you're still overweight, but like your inflammation has gone down. You feel like you should move better. And then the important thing too is, like, I like to tell people, is that when I wanted to have pizza, I would have pizza. I'm not going to deprive myself. As long as I get back on the horse right away. You know what I mean? I just make sure I worked out, and I'd have pizza and whatever. And then the next day I'm back to eating the way I should be eating, having that balance, because that's what it's all about. Because you're not going to be able to do something that you can't sustain forever. You know what I mean? So just getting that good relationship with food and exercise, and just trying to do it the best you can. And if you mess up, just keep going. Literally, I tell people too, like, if I have an entire year, if I have 65 days that I eat like crap every day, like, for those 65 days out of the entire year that I didn't exercise, eat like crap, I still have 300 days of the year that I was on point, exercise, ate well. You know what I mean? So it's like that kind of mentality. If you mess up, just keep going. It's not going to throw you off. It's not going to ruin everything. And I try to help people with that sense too. It's like, it's not all for nothing if you have a donut.
That's, again, great. You definitely have a career in motivational speaking after we get done with professional wrestling.
Thank you.
Dope. Speaking of going in professional wrestling, the tag team XXXL Impact. What do you look forward to as far as a tag team, and what do you guys look to bring as far as the tag team and this new resurgence that Impact is having? Impact is working with AEW. You guys are killing it on your own before even that, with the tag team division with North and Motor City Kingdom and the Good Brothers. So what does XXXL look to bring to Impact?
Well, first and foremost, my first goal is to get Larry D out of the Slammer, because he's in jail right now.
Sure.
So once I prove his innocence and get him out of jail, our obvious next step is we want to keep working towards a tag team title shot. I think that should be anybody's goal, whether you're a singles competitor or you're a tag team competitor or you're one of the knockouts. You want to be the best. You know what I mean? And we want to prove that we're the best. We know what we bring to the table, and we're not going to take no for an answer. Like, we're not going to be the funny, nice guys you saw on Wrestler's House. We need to do for us, and I think when the time comes, we're going to show everyone that we're ready. And before Larry went to jail, he's been cutting weight too. Like it's going to be a whole big year for XXXL coming in 2021.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. I was waiting for you to say those exact words, because I know we as fans look for that in 2021. I was about to say 2001. It's crazy.
I wish it was
like
2001. I wish it was.
Right. 2021. We definitely look for XXXL to be tag team champions. I think, and one thing that Impact has, and they've always had a great knockouts division. I feel you guys' X division always been great, but the tag teams right now, like the ones I just mentioned, are killing it. And you guys are definitely one of the ones. Once you free your partner out of the slammer there, once you break them out, I think it's something there. But with Wrestle House, how was that experience? Because we talked to Miss Valkyrie, we interviewed her, and she said it was definitely a crazy experience. So how was your experience with Wrestle House?
It was crazy. You have all these big personalities and egos all in one house. It was definitely an experience that I've never had before, but very fun and very rewarding when it was all said and done. But in the moments of everything, it was very hot, very annoying, especially like people like Tyra Valkyrie, but other than that, it was very rewarding and very fun. I'm glad once everyone got to see it, the reactions that we were getting, because it did not only the people that were in the house, but the production team, they put a lot of work into that project.
And it showed it as fans during this time. It definitely kept us entertained, and it was something different we weren't getting from any other promotion. So and that's what we like. We like different. We like seeing people try new things. And this time we've seen not only you guys try new things, but you're one of the rising stars that came out of that. I know that's when I first got my eyes on you and was like, who is this guy? I need to know more. So just thank you for being you. And before we get out of here, I want to know, besides being the Impact Tag Team Champions of 2021, now with the working relationship with AEW, who are some tag teams you're looking to share the ring with on the other side?
Man, that's a loaded question. It really is, because they have a lot of great tag teams as well. I like to see, if I had to pick a couple, I would like to see XXXL maybe versus, I don't know, Penta and Phoenix, XXXL versus the Bucks, maybe versus Jurassic Express. I'd love to squash that little bug Marco Stunt for sure.
Yeah, you eliminated having Jungle Boy eliminate you.
Yeah, exactly. I got some retribution heading his way.
That's right. Yeah, that's a story to tell, man. I think we have Romero talk to Rocky Romero as well, and I pitched a big World Tag Team Collide tournament, and definitely you guys should be in that. So with New Japan, AEW, and Impact.
Hell yeah.
So I'm putting it out there in the universe again. I told it to him, now I'm talking to you. But man, we appreciate you having on. Definitely let you get back to doing all the things you need to do and staying busy and breaking your partner out of jail, because that's important. And I said breaking out of jail. I didn't say freeing them. I said breaking out. All right. So have a good day, man. Thanks for coming on. Talk to you again soon, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me on. Thank you again.
Want more? Make sure you follow us on Instagram at THS.Wrestling.